Assalamu alaikum dears. This is your Nazia ma'am. Hope you are doing good. Alhamdulillah. Okay, today we are going to revise one play that is already we have taken. We have completed our syllabus. This is a revision we are doing again. So now we are going to see only one play is there for you, that is She Stoops to Conquer. So I think you remember about this. What is this? What kind of play it is, and what are the characters involved here? So you please go through in your guide or in my PPT, which I have taken class for you. So I request you, dears, please study seriously. This play is very important, 10 mark, as you have only one play, so definitely it will be under your 10 mark. So later on, inshallah, we'll discuss about the 2 marks and the furthermore 5 marks and all. Okay, so She Stoops to Conquer, the play, was written in 1773. The play is a type of comedy of manners which ridicules the manners, society, social practices, and aristocratic people's lifestyle. However, this play is different from 17th century comedy of manners, because in the 18th century comedy of manners kind of dramas, there was much obscenity, and it dealt with the aristocracy. It did not aim at a pure comedy. The obscenity is an aristocratic stuff was lacking in Goldsmith's comedy of manners. He produced a genuine comedy of manners through his play, and so the fame of restoring the earlier comedy of manners goes to Goldsmith and then to Sheridan. So here the play says about the society. How was the society at that time, at that century? So how the people behaves with the other peoples, how, what is the role of the rich peoples there, and how the behavior changes when there is a racial discrimination. So what are the attitude of the rich people, what are the attitude of the people who were in the 18th century? So keeping this kind of reflection, keeping this kind of concept in the minds of Goldsmith reflects the society people of 18th century and their manners, how they behave with the peoples, and what are their activity, what are how they behave with the poor people, how they behave with the high class people, the racial discrimination between them. So he strongly reflected on the society of the 18th century peoples. Keeping this in the mind, he started writing the play She Stoops to Conquer, including many comic many comic characters in the play. Okay, so next we'll move to the theme of the play. So here the play deals with a number of themes, and it strongly reflects the society of the English of the 18th century people. Biased attitude towards the people, lower class, caste, and race was dominant in England. The biased attitude is effectively depicted by Goldsmith in this play. So, as I have already told you, this play deals with many themes, and all the themes will reflect the society people. It reflects the racial discrimination between the peoples, how the peoples behave in the society, and how they behave with the peoples of higher class and peoples of the lower class. And so normally the play shows the attitude of the people who were belong to 18th century, and it was depicted by Goldsmith in a very great and an effective manner. So this is the theme of the play. Next we'll move to the themes. What are the themes involved in this play? So the first theme here is mistaken identity. So what is the mistaken identity plays a important role in this play. So mistaken identity is the most important theme of the play. we cannot judge one's character by looking at the outward behavior. A book covers never reveals the content of the book. So, the theme is clearly handled by Goldsmith. He reveals the theme through young Morlo, the first character, the protagonist of this play, named young Morlo, and Mrs. Hardcastle. Mrs. Hardcastle, mother of Miss Kate, a heroine of this play. From the beginning, Morlo discriminates the women based on their status in the society. He considers the lower class women as the immodest and inferior one, and so he feels freely to move with them. For example, when Morlo encounters Miss Hardcastle, he blushes to talk to her as he assumes her to belong to aristocracy, the upper class girl who has modesty. But when Miss Hardcastle disguises as a servant, a lower class girl, he teases her and attempts to kiss her. As far as Mrs. Hardcastle is concerned, she judges a person by the value of his or her wealth. Therefore, she wishes her son to marry Neville because he inherits a good fortune. So here, the mistaken identity reveals about the theme. So the mistaken identity is the important theme of the play. So here he included the idea that a proverb says that a book's cover never reveals the content of the book. So there may be we have came across many things, that is we saw many peoples who behaves in different way when we spoke to them by call or with the appearance. The appearance doesn't matter how they behaves. The appearance could not reveal the real character of the person. ஸோ இப்போ என்ன இங்கே சொல்ல வராங்கன்னா, அப்பியரன்ஸ் நம்ம பார்க்கும்போது நாம் டிசைட் பண்ணுற மாதிரி கேரக்டர் அவங்க இருக்கணும்னு அவசியமே இல்லை. ஏன்னா வி கேன் நாட் ஜட்ஜ். அது அவங்க ஃபேஸ் பார்த்து அவங்க எப்படியோ இருந்தால் இவங்க நல்லவனா இருக்க மாட்டாங்க, இவங்க நல்லா இருந்தால் இவங்க இப்படி இருப்பாங்க, அப்படியெல்லாம் நம்ம கெஸ் பண்ண அது தப்புன்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. ஸோ அ புக் கவர் நெவர் ரிவீல்ஸ் தி கண்டென்ட் ஆஃப் தி புக். இப்போ ஒரு புக்கை பார்த்தா அது கவர் நல்லா இருக்காது, ஆனால் உள்ளே பார்த்தா அதோட ஸ்டோரிஸ், அதில் இருக்கிறது கேரக்டர்ஸ், அந்த இருக்கிறது பிளேஸ் நம்ம படிக்க நம்மளுக்கு இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் வந்துடும். அதே மாதிரி தான் இஃப் அ புக் and a person is compared here in such a way that we cannot judge a person with the appearance, with the status. So a rich person can also be good in their behavior. We cannot say that the rich peoples are bad always, as they do have the strong attitude இருக்கலாம், ஆனால் ரிச் பீப்புள்ஸ் கிட்ட ஆட்டிடியூட் தான் இருக்கும்னு சொல்கிறது தப்புன்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. ஸோ here the theme has been clearly explained. It was handled by Goldsmith in a very perfect way. He reveals that the young Morlo, the protagonist, and the Miss Hardcastle. From the beginning, Morlo discriminates the women based on their status. So here, Morlo has possessed with the character that he has some negative opinion regarding the higher class people, that is high class women. So being young Morlo was very much perfect to get married now. So what was the thinking of young Morlo here? So young Morlo thinks that women of high class society have different attitude. They will not behave properly. They think superior of themselves. They possess such kind of attitude which never gives the good impression. So this is the kind of thinking of young Morlo in this play. So from the beginning he has some discrimination with the women, that the high class with the upper class women he cannot be able to move and he cannot be able to marry to that kind of women. So when the women belong to the inferior one, that is lower class women, they are having the good attitude, and so he can move freely with them. So this and all the thinking of மார்லோ என்ன திங்க் பண்ணுறாங்கன்னா, இப்போ வந்து ரிச் கிளாஸ் விமன் கிட்ட வந்து ஆட்டிடியூட் இருக்கும். அவங்க வந்து அவங்களுக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப சுப்பீரியராக காமிக்கிறது, அவங்க கிட்ட இருக்கிறது ஆட்டிடியூட்னால வந்து அப்படி இப்போ யங் மார்லோ அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு கேர்ளுக்கு வந்து மேரேஜ் பண்ணிக்கினா கண்டிப்பாக லைஃப் வந்து அவங்கனால ஃப்ரீயாக மூவ் பண்ண முடியாது. ஆன் த அதர் ஹேண்ட் மார்லோ சஜஸ்ட் தி லோ கிளாஸ் விமென், லோ கிளாஸ் சொசைட்டி லோ கிளாஸ் பீப்புள் வந்து அவங்க அந்த மாதிரி விமன் வந்து நல்ல ஒரு அவங்கக்கிட்ட வந்து இன்ஃபீரியர் குவாலிட்டி இருக்கும், அவங்க வந்து அவங்க கூட வந்து ஃப்ரீயாக மூவ் பண்ணலாம், அப்படி ஒரு திங்கிங் தான் யங் மார்லோ கிட்ட இருக்குது. ஸோ வென் மார்லோ encounters Miss Hardcastle, he blushes to talk to her as he assumes her to belong to aristocracy. That he don't know about Miss Hardcastle has been mistaken her identity inside. He disguised herself as a barmaid. So and he disguises to change the mindset of young Marlowe. She disguises herself in order to change the mindset of young Marlowe, Mr. Marlowe, so that the Marlowe have a good opinion regarding the rich class people also, because if the people have high status, they are not mean to be a bad one. They can also possess a good character. So that this is an example given by Goldsmith. A book cover cannot be taken as the content of the book. If the book cover is bad, it cannot be taken that the book is bad. Okay, so this is the example given by Goldsmith here. And young Marlowe possesses the same character, that he always fear of the upper class women. Upper class women's thinks that they have some strong attitude. So in order to change the mindset of Marlowe, Miss Kate, that is Miss Hardcastle, changes her identity to change the mind of Marlowe. So next the theme here is love. Love is the second important theme which proves that love ignores social boundaries. The 18th century upper class people did not like its class people to indulge in romance with a poor class. But Marlowe falls in love with the lower class barmaid, who is of course Kate in disguise. He is captivated by her beauty and admires her. He dismisses all biases and expresses his love for her. Thus, he proves that God ignores social boundaries. So, what the theme love here suggests, what the theme love tells here, expresses the idea that Goldsmith put forward here is the theme love. It proves that love ignores the social boundaries. The love has a power that it can ignore, it can forget all the social boundaries. So it has been strongly pointed out that the people who belong to this upper class in the 18th century, they have such kind of attitude towards the poor people. They always has the conflict with them. They don't want the rich class people get mingled with the poor class people. So as they want to separate their thinking, as well as they don't want to indulge with the poor people. So the rich man wanted to be rich always. They don't want to mingle with the poor, as they think that it lowers their status. So but Marlowe here, being a rich fellow, falls with a lower class barmaid, who is of course Kate, that is Miss Hardcastle, changes her identity to change the mind of Marlowe. Here we can say that the love always success when it has some challenges with them. Okay, thus he proves that love ignores the social boundaries. Hope for good community. The next theme here is hope for good community. Goldsmith reveals his hope for a rapport in society. Through the play, he reveals that even though the upper class has some flaw in it, it has considerable good qualities. For example, although Marlowe makes a fool of himself, Miss Hardcastle understands that Marlowe behaves rudely because of his delusion that he belongs to upper class. Besides Mrs. Castle, though she desires for wealth and modern life, enjoys the love of her husband. So here the character of Mr. Marlowe shown in such a way that Mr. Marlowe even belonged to the upper class family, it make to think that the upper class women may have bad qualities. He unable to consider the good qualities can also be in the higher class women. So he belonged to the upper class status, he always ignores the upper class people because the circumstances where he came across, he able to find many people who run for the money, who run for the status, who run for the superiority, and he don't want to be such kind of person, who want to marry a rich class woman. So he changed his mind that he want a low class, a middle class girl to run throughout his life. She desires for wealth and modern life. So besides her, Mrs. Hardcastle has a character that she runs for wealth and modern life. So she enjoying the love of her husband. Genres of the play. As a comedy of manner, she stoops to one where primarily belong to the genre of comedy of manners, but the play revolves around some other elements of literary genres. Primarily, the play is a comedy of manners because the play deals with polite society and characters from the upper class people. The comedy scenes also takes place where the characters attempt to preserve the standard of polite behavior, the contracts their true behavior. So here the characters in comedy of manners means the dressing of Mrs. Hardcastle. It looks in such a way that like a heroine used to make up all the day, using colorful dresses. With the appearance, one may can able to laugh with their gestures, with their behaving manners. When the people said in order to show their standards, she was dressing in such a way, makeuping herself, making a modern outfit. So this shows some kind of sarcastic, some kind of kicking also in the of the society people at those time. என்ன சொல்ல வராங்கன்னாப்பா, இப்போது மிஸ்ஸஸ் ஹார்ட்கேசலோட அப்பியரன்ஸ் எப்படி இருக்குன்னா, நீங்கள் கூட மெனி மூவிஸில் நீங்கள் பார்த்துருப்பீங்க. எப்படின்னா சில பேர் வந்து நம்ம ரிச்சுன்னு காட்டுறதுக்கு ஓவர மேக்கப் போட்டு அவங்க ஆட்டிடியூட் காமிக்குவாங்க. அவங்களுக்கு சூட் பண்ணாத ட்ரெஸ் போட்டு வந்து இப்படி போட்டால் தான் நான் ரிச் ஃபெல்லோ, இப்படி போட்டால் தான் எனக்கு எல்லாமே மதிக்குவாங்க, இப்படி போட்டால் தான் நான் வந்து ரிச்சாக தெரிய முடியும் அப்படின்னதுக்காக அவங்களுக்கு they want. He reflects the society of the people, the standards of the people of 18th century at those times. So he make many comic scenes also which says about the characters, how they are attempting. ஸோ ஃபஸ்ட்டு இவங்க வந்து மிஸ்ஸஸ் ஹார்ட்கேசலில் வந்து அவங்களோட ஃபன்னி ட்ரெஸ்ஸிங்ஸ்க்கு கிக் பண்ணுறாங்க. அதே மாதிரி தான் டோனியோட பிஹேவியருக்கு கிக் பண்ணுறாங்க. நெக்ஸ்ட் மார்லோவோட திங்கிங் வந்து ரிச் பீப்புள் இருந்து கூட அதுக்கு ரிச் விமென் பிடிக்காத மாதிரி ஒரு ஷோ ஆஃப் காமிக்கிறா. ஸோ இது எல்லாமே வந்து அவங்க கோல்ட்ஸ்மித் வந்து மேக்ஸ் ஃபன் ஆஃப் that English society, makes fun of that 18th century peoples who belong to that society. அங்கே இருக்கிறவங்க அந்த 18th century peopleக்கு வந்து நல்லா வந்து ஒரு இன்சல்ட் மாதிரி அவங்க காமிக்கிறாங்க. இப்படி தான் இந்த பர்சன் இருக்கிறாங்க, இப்படி இருந்து கூட எப்படி அவங்க பிஹேவியர் இருக்குது அப்படின்னு காமிக்கிறதுக்கு he introduced us many characters in the play. Okay, as a romantic comedy, the play is considered by some critics as a romantic comedy, which depicts how seriously young people indulge in love, how it makes them behave foolishly, similar to Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. In She Stoops to Conquer, Kate stooping and Marlowe's nervousness in standing, example of romantic comedy here. So, anti-sentimental comedy. When the play was first produced, it was discussed as an example of the revival of laughing comedy against the sentimental comedy, which aimed at producing tears by sorrow and pity. In fact, it is a laughing comedy which includes the elements such as fun, amusement, and humor. The influence of sentimentalism, moralization is altogether omitted here. So it is observed that it is an anti-sentimental comedy. So when this play begins, it was being discussed that definitely it is a laughing comedy against that sentimental comedy. But as a play goes on, it influences that it has the effect of anti-sentimental comedy. So finally, conclusion. So what does the conclusion says about? Thus, Goldsmith has interwoven many genres and themes in his play, producing a new kind of comedy, that is laughing comedy. He therefore has made good impacts upon the literature of the period and still stands an outstanding writer and has contributed his part to the development of the drama of the day. So here Goldsmith has put many themes and he wanted to give a new name, that is it is an laughing comedy. So therefore it has made a very good impact in the field of literature period, and even now the play She Stoops to Conquer had an outstanding remarks, outstanding feedbacks, which makes the Goldsmith as an outstanding writer. He contributed many part he contributed to the society in such a way that he shows the real figures of the person, he shows the real features, he shows the real faces of the person, how the peoples are behaving, how their attitudes are, and what are the racial discrimination and what are the real conflicts between them. So he pointed out in such a way that he shows the real face of the persons who belong to that 18th century. So he reflects with a strong influence of the people of English society and satirized comically by including many characters in the play. And he used to dress up in such a way so that the audience can able to understand the satirized how Goldsmith satirized it comically, how he how he introduced the character in such a way that they can understand about the society of the people through this play, and they want, and how they have to change their mindset, how they can change their mindset that rich people also has the same character as the low class people has. They can also behave properly as the low class people behaves. So in order to change the mindset of the people, he introduces young Marlowe. In order to change the mindset of that people, he introduced Miss Kate to change the mindset of the Marlowe and think properly that a book cannot be taken, a book cannot be judged by its cover, as it has good content also. When we read the book, we can understand the same thing. When we spend time with the person, we can understand their character, their way of behaving. So we cannot judge by their face, we cannot judge by their status, we cannot judge by their behavior. As we spend with them a leisure time, we can able to know about the real character of that person. So that's it, the revision finished. Just we give a small recall here what we saw. That is, we saw the introduction part where we came to know how the Goldsmith, Oliver Goldsmith, restores the earlier comedy. So we saw about the theme of the play. So we saw about the mistaken identity, and next we saw about the theme love and hope for good community, how the good qualities was included, and how the they in the love theme we able to know how the love ignores the social boundaries, and hope for the good community here, how the Marlowe understands finally the behavior of the rich peoples can also be same as the low class people. Then genres of the play includes as a comedy of manners, as a satire, as a romantic comedy, and anti-sentimental comedy. Finally, it leads to the conclusion part where Goldsmith has introduced many themes and even producing a new kind of comedy, that is laughing comedy. Laughing comedy may be your 2 mark dears. Note it down. Tick it down in your notebook here. Okay. So this and all we saw today. So hopefully this would be your important 10 mark. Don't skip. So be ready for the model exam. Inshallah, coming soon to you. The timetable will be forwarded to you. So I'm completing my class today. Till that, stay safe, stay blessed. Inshallah, see you soon tomorrow. Allah Hafiz. Bye.